Well, happy Sunday, everybody. And yes, I am wearing another jersey, and it's not a Dallas Cowboys jersey. I was just wearing the Cowboys jersey when the Cowboys were playing, but now the Broncos are playing. So go Cowboys, go Broncos. How does he do that? Same reason I can say, go Longhorns, go Sick and Bears. We live in a binary world where it's either this or it's that. If this is true, that cannot be true. If you happen to wear the orange jersey, then the blue jersey cannot be worn on the same day. That's very Western of us. And in the Eastern tradition, the Hebraic Jewish tradition, the one that Jesus of Nazareth was a part of, it was a little bit of yes and a yes, not yes and no. Well, how can that be true? How can you have one truth and the other truth? Shouldn't those truths collide? Possibly. But the same reason why I can still be best friends with an Oklahoma Sooner, and I can't stand the Sooners. Same reason I can sit across the table from someone with an entirely different framework, theological perspective, somebody who has a different socioeconomic stance, political beliefs. I do this every single week. And I think this is what's missing in our country is people being able to say, you know what, I'm coming to the table with my convictions, with my beliefs, but I'm not going to protect them. I'm not afraid of them versus yours. It's not really a competition. It's not this sort of idea where you and I can't get along and we can't have healthy dialogue because one of us is, going to get irate and going to run out the door, or we're going to get into some huge fight. Now, some people may, but we have to understand that we're living in a pluralistic age, where we have different people with different frameworks and theological components or non-theological components within their system. And it's okay. That's totally fine. I think we have so many people today who want to sanitize Jesus. They want to protect Jesus. For whatever reason, the Jesus that we see in the first century walks into places like Samaria, which would have been completely out of this world in the first century for a Jew to go to. And yet today, we're afraid that when we bring Jesus into a pub community or a coffee house or wherever it is with somebody who believes something completely different, that things are going to get all crazy and that World War III is going to happen. That's not the case. Our world needs a little bit of this and a little bit of that, a little bit of orange and a little bit of the blue. And in some way, this can make the world a better place. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to get rid of your beliefs. This doesn't mean that everything goes, it's all relative. That's actually a big misconception. Pluralism is different from relativism. And so if you would like to be a part of a pub community, a Brew Theology networked partner, you don't think that you have to sign a dotted line. Don't think that you actually have to be of a certain denomination, of a certain theological position, or even a non-theological position, if you will. You could be somebody who is simply just interested in having amazing dialogue and getting involved in community work, and that's completely okay. There's always going to be somebody to the right of you. There's always going to be somebody to the left of you. The beauty is, within this alliance and this network, you have autonomy. If you're a part of a church, or you're just an individual who's starting this up on your own in your community, there's no, signed dotted line that you have to be part of to do this network. We will give you all that you need. We'll coach you. We'll consult with you. We'll get you started. But the beauty is that it's a little bit of this and it's a little bit of that. There could be people in the Brew Theology Alliance that are completely conservative and others who are radically liberal. And that's okay. That's totally fine, because in those pockets, you're going to have people to the right of you and to the left of you. Autonomy reigns, and yet at the same time, we're all still connected. That is the ultimate crazy, beautiful paradox of this thing called Brew Theology. And so if you want to hear more about this, and if you want to be a partner, an affiliated partner in Brew Theology, the website is coming up soon. We're really excited about that. In the meantime, please subscribe to our podcast. The link is above or below, depending on if you're on YouTube right now or you're on Facebook. Make sure you also share that goodness, that hopalicious brew. The episode that's going to be coming out tonight for your Monday morning commute is called The Turn. It's just me talking for a 20-minute episode to talk about the turn and how that applies to not only just my journey, but also how I believe that applies to these pub communities in the Brew Theology Network. And last but not least, if you want some swag, whether you want the coffee tea swag or you want the barrel aged swag, just send me an email to ryan@brewtheology.org. We're going to get some black shirts with the white print coming soon, going your way. And in the meantime, Enjoy the Broncos. Peace.